Talking basketball, girls basketball, Sylacauga head coach Derrick Crawford joins us this morning. Coach, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
It's an exciting time, isn't it?
Yes. Anytime you plan extended play, postseason, exciting.
And you're no stranger to this. Talk about a little history of your participation in women's basketball.
Oh my God, it goes back all the way to the days of Coach Martin and
now that's a throwback.
Yeah,
now.
Anthony Wilkerson, Marion Samuels, Matt Hubbard, Tim Posey. So I've been here a long time and had a luxury of working with some fine coaches.
How has girls basketball changed in those years?
It's changed a lot. Kids' skill development is so big in the off season right now that it's nothing compared to the days of when Coach Martin was coaching, especially in the early 80s, mid 80s and 90s when we were so dominant. You have so many parents now that invest money and time in their kids' skill development that it's went to a whole nother level on the girls' side. On our side of it.
Do you teach differently, Coach, than you did 10, 15 years ago?
I think so. I really do. I think when I was younger, I was his voice, that loud baritone bass that was yelling and screaming. And for a while, I thought that's all there was really to it. But I'm more laid back. My assistant coach now have taken on that road more than I have, where I'm really focusing on the X and O's and the development part.
Talk about this year's team.
Good basketball team. Very good basketball team. I was here back in November and I told you we could be a fine basketball team. We're currently 22-5. All 5 losses come to ranked opponents. We lost to Winona, we lost to Willard, Georgia. We lost to Talladega, and then our senior night, we ended up losing to Anniston. This team, production-wise, statistically, is the best team I've coached, and that's including the team when I had Shakayla 3 years ago. We've scored more points. We got more rebounds. We have less turnovers. It's more balanced. You don't have that one true superstar. It's more balanced across the board. With several players averaging double figures.
Is this a senior team?
No, it's not. I don't have 2 seniors.
Talk about the leadership on this team. Every team has its own leadership qualities, and every player does. Who has stepped up in the role this year?
Tiara Dart. Tiara, she's been with me 6 years since she was a 7th grader. This is her 4th appearance out of 6 years to the regional site. She is that unsung leader.
Is she your coach on the floor?
Kayla Dark is more of the on-floor coach, on the floor player and that dictates and get them in the right sets. But
now, are they sisters?
Yeah, they sister. Okay. One is a junior, Tiara's a senior, and Kayla is a junior. And also Brianna Brown, and she's a leader as well.
I see her and hear her name quite a lot too.
Yes, she's been a nice piece that has helped elevate our play in order for us to win Alabama State. Her and Bridger Richardson will have to really play well.
Well, Monday morning, 9 a.m.
That's correct.
Alabama State University. The Lady Aggies in the Sweet 16, and that's sweet, but that's the next step. That's the next step.
1-game season. All we're trying to do right now is to go 1-0, and if we go 1-0, then we'll live to talk about another day and prepare for the next day. So we got a good Demopolis team that we're going to match up with, which we match up with really well.
You've seen some of them?
Yes, we had an opportunity. We've seen 4 different games, okay. And not only that, at the ball and prep at Carver at Christmas time, we had an opportunity to see them face to face. We got an eye on them, and not only that, we got plenty of film on them.
Do you kind of do some of these tournament games and stuff that saying, well, we may see this team later on down the road?
Well, not necessarily. We try to beef up the schedule during tournament time to actually find out where we at. early in the season. That was one of the things
That's
I
a
thought
huge
was
tournament last November.
Yes, that was huge. And we went to Ball and Prep. We played Willard, Georgia, out of Georgia, and we ended up playing midfield. And you want to see where you're at against good competition. We had an opportunity to match up, and we split. We blew a 10-point lead in that Willard, Georgia game, ended up getting beat by 2. And I just want to say this, all our losses has been 5 points or less, except for that county championship with Talladega, and lost it by 8. So we have been there. This team could very easily be undefeated right now. I think we're playing our best basketball right now. And, peaking, and that's what we talk about, peaking at the right time. And this team, I think, is peaking at the right time.
Is this Aggie club, do you have depth?
Not the type depth that ideally a coach would want, but I think we have enough that we could make a run.
People across the state of Alabama watching this morning in other parts of Alabama, what can they expect from this Aggie club when they hit the floor Monday morning at 9 o'clock?
They can expect a group of girls that's, first of all, is not going to go out and embarrass our school and not going to embarrass their families. We're going to be very intense. You're going to see a focus group that's ready to go make their own mark, without having a special player like we had in Sylacauga. They want to leave their own mark on the program, and that excites me.
Derrick Crawford, the head basketball coach of the Sylacauga Lady Aggies, our guest this morning. The Aggies on the floor against Demopolis down at the Oliver Dunn Acadome on the campus of Alabama State University Monday morning at 9 a.m. What are some of the little things this club does well?
Share the ball. This team right now is really sharing the ball. We rebound pretty well. They get up and down the floor. We play, I think, pretty good man defense. We had to tinker with some things, and we did over the last 4 or 5 weeks, and I think we've pretty much found our identity since we've done that. We've established a inside game with Brazier Richardson and also with Brianna Browning and Ariel Turner and Morgan O'Neill. If this team is going to be really successful in this playoff run, those 4 girls are going to have to play well. Tiara's going to show up and she's going to play. Kayla is going to show up and play. Yamisha Powell, which is one of my better defensive players, she's going to show up. So those are the key. The keys are those girls inside, and if they do what I think they're capable of doing, it could be fun Monday morning.
Monday morning, 9 o'clock, Sylacauga and Demopolis from Alabama State University. Huge Coliseum, and talked with Coach Copeland about this yesterday. He and Coach Jones about the differences in playing in a Coliseum like that and a gym like we have here in Sylacauga, most other places as well. And I don't know, Coach Copeland talked about the perception. Do you see anything else that differences?
That's it. The floor.
It sounds differently.
It is, and the floor a little longer, a little wider. Our kids love it, but the type game that we play, we think it suits us. We're not going to sit out there and live and die with the 3 ball. We're going to establish an inside game, and we're going to play to our strength and not get caught up because the arena is so big. But by us being there, in this group that I have been there on that stage, except for I think 2 girls. I got 3 girls, only 3 girls on the team that's never been in that type atmosphere. So this group, they know what to expect. I got 7 girls that's still playing that was on that run-up team that we had from 3 years ago. So the most important thing right now, Jimmy, we're peaking, and we just got to go there, and we got to go play late Aggies basketball.
Shooting free throws.
Yes.
That can be.
It's a lost art. It's a lost art, and no exception from us. We one of those teams too that don't particularly shoot well. We got TR Dart, she had 72%. But as a team, we're higher than we was 2 years ago. We had 55%.
Why do teams struggle with that?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's a mental block or what it is, but it's a lost art in basketball now, where kids don't take it seriously. They rather just go and take a three ball and put all that time in working on the three ball or something like that, compared to taking the time and doing the things they've done in practice by walking to the line and utilizing those 10 seconds and coaching themselves up, doing it the right way and making those free throws. But kids just don't do that anymore.
I know you're expecting a great following down at Alabama State on Monday, and I guess you're leaving out Sunday?
Yes, we'll leave out Sunday afternoon because the game's so early. And that way we'll be there and we don't have to travel, get up early, get to the school, get on the bus and travel when we're there, where they'll probably get an additional hour sleep by staying down there, and we'll get up and we'll eat pregame meal probably around about 6:30, and go back in the rooms, get dressed, and then we'll head over to the Coliseum.
15 seconds, one must for Sylacauga to be successful Monday.
Defense. Got to play great defense, and if we play great defense, we're going to be in the ball game and have a shot.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Let's get that first win Monday.
That's what we focus on.
Derrick Crawford, head basketball coach of the Sylacauga Lady Aggies, our guest this morning. We've got more Daybreak final half hour to go right after this timeout.